Anyway, it's a long-winded way of saying I'm delighted to be here to present to Carmen Johnson and her staff and her Board of Trustees the William Donald Schaefer Helping People Award for Prince George's County 2012 to the Katie Abel Foundation.
Hey everybody, I'm Leandra Banks.
And I'm Zane Marshall. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Me and Zane, we were just sitting here talking, having a general conversation about some of the things that we've been doing these past few months, some of the people that we've met, some of the trips we've taken. For example, we went to Wall Street. Remember we went to Wall Street?
Yeah.
They protected the Wall Street bankers. They would not allow us to cross the streets. They effectively barricaded us from our protest, and it was obscene. It was frightening to me.
They are waking up and they're becoming cognizant to the fact that there is things wrong and there's different tangents we're going on, and there is a lot of things that need to be corrected.
We talked to a lot of occupiers.
You know, we're talking, this is like a global community right now.
People that worked on Wall Street. People that lived homelessly on Wall Street. So we talked to a lot of different people that were out there in New York that day. It was so cold that day.
It was very, very cold.
Oh my goodness, it was.
But
so
it was
cold.
like exciting because it was like our first time there.
Yeah.
Well, actually like occupying there.
Right.
So it was very exciting. It was nerve-wracking at the same time doing it because it was like kind of like, oh, how do I ask these people? You know, these questions. Like, are they enraged? Like. And you know, we're being so young. We were so young doing it, so it was like I was kind of nervous in a sense, but it was exciting. It was really exciting to experience that and to actually do that and to be a part of the beginning processes of like a strong, important movement.
Right.
So I was very enthused by that, but it was kind of nerve-wracking. I was on edge at the same time, but it was good. It was good.
But by the time we went to Occupy DC, I don't think we were that much nervous at all.
Downtown DC, we coming to interview some occupiers.
It was like a wonderful experience to go down to DC because this is, I mean, we live here. This is our city. So it was cool, right? So it was real cool to go down to Occupy DC, and by that time we were naturals. We were interviewing people.
We were well seasoned.
Yep. Talking to different people. Just a great experience.
Right.
I think it's really important that this is happening not only here in the United States and here in Washington D.C., but it's a mass movement that's happening all over the world.
And I think it's a real good thing they're doing here.
I think it's a real good movement. There's people down here from all different walks of life. There's white people, there's black people, there's politicians, there's men in business suits, and there's homeless people, and we're all fighting for the same thing.
Like, where do we go from here, right?
Exactly. Where do we go from here? We know what's going on, and the occupiers are trying to tell us something, but nobody's paying any attention.
Not only myself, I think everyone would appreciate them fighting, but it seems like nothing's being done.
Can you imagine what they're going through? Can you imagine how they living? Can you imagine what's really... I know I commend them because I couldn't do it.
I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful to be one of the few youth that actually know what's going on and actually are coming to an understanding of what's really going on. I'm also grateful for all the people that are out there fighting for us. Without those people out there being homeless, sleeping in those tents and things like that, they're paving the way for us right now. So after taking a trip to Wall Street and coming back, I realized that the Occupy movement, it's going on all over the world. I didn't even know it was going on in other countries. Germany, France, Hong Kong. Not only are people occupying Wall Street and financial literacy, but people are also occupying jobs.
Hundreds of people are here from all over the country. So we out in the rain, protesting on jobs. James, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's great. We're trying to, take back our future for the youth empowerment.
It's great that everyone is out here supporting everyone from all different walks of life. We're all fighting for the same thing, jobs, economic equality.
What do we want? Jobs! When do we want them? Now! Woo! When do we want? Now! What do we want? Jobs! When do we want them? Now! What the rain is up?
This is how you occupy. I know.
Nice to see you. Yeah, thank you. It was good to see you, Donna Edwards. Yeah.
Each meeting we have with our comptroller is always educational.
I'm kind of proud of the financial literacy issue because it was my idea.
All right, so what do you think we're going to accomplish at Robert Frost this morning, this second half of filming the kids?
Well, I hope they, I think we'll accomplish a lot. I think it'll be good. I think people will be really amazed by their thinking capability and the things that they know.
Well, to me, I guess what I'm trying to convey on the camera is that a lot of youth are aware of what's really going on, and, I need the adults to understand that their kids are watching everything that they do. That's why we need to make sure we are raising our youth properly.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
So, what do you guys think about financial literacy?
Financial literacy, to me, it means like money.
Well, I think financial literacy is like how we use the money.
Financial literacy is like saving our money and using it for important goods.
Hello, Mr. President. My name is Caleb. The mayors in Hyattsville were trying to cut the services to the citizens of Hyattsville. I think it would help if you could address this problem going on.
Hello, my name is Yvonne, and President Obama, could you lower down the prices of food and clothing?
Dear President Obama, my name is LaShawn. Reduce the prices on school uniforms.
Lower the gas prices. Could you please do something about the people who are homeless?
President Obama, can you please lower the taxes? President Obama, I would like you to help the immigrants get to the United States because my family needs help and they're ill and they need jobs.
So today we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about financial literacy, a little bit about civic involvement, leadership, the crashing on Wall Street, and we kind of just want to see what you guys know and answer any questions that you all might have
about the crashing of Wall Street, how it not only affects our everyday people, but most importantly, how it affects our youth.
It's about how stocks dropped and people lost their jobs.
My uncle, he got fired. My grandfather was laid off.
My family doesn't seem to have as much money and
keep complaining about not having as much money as they used to.
Now, who in here likes money? I thought I would see a lot of hands. What do you do with your money when you get it?
Well, basically when I get my money, I put 50% in a saving.
I'm saving my money for the Retro 6 Olympics.
I just spend it on shoes and clothes. Need to like just go out shopping. That's what I do.
So where do you guys get money from?
Money from my mom and my dad. I just ask them to send my money, and then he just sends it. I get my money from sitting in my parents.
So you earn some of your money?
I usually babysit, like when I don't go to school or when on the weekends, and I get money from there.
Just by me sitting here talking to you guys and looking in you all's faces, I see leaders, I see entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers. So I hope you guys prepare for your futures today.
Talking about how the economy is going right now and things on like such as the issues on Wall Street.
We try to make financial literacy a requirement for students to graduate so they can have a knowledge of what to spend, how to spend their budget, their planning, their future goals and stuff like that.
Oftentimes when we elect people to office, they're going to think on their level because they've already superseded that level of minimum wage and middle class. They may say they have the middle class at heart, but they cannot think at the same level because they're not at that level. They don't live on that level and they don't come back to that level when they go home.
Most of the time now, we do not really know what they're planning because mainstreaming wise, they always are going to talk about religion and how they're going to help us.
What steps have you guys taken to ensure your financial freedom?
I plan on getting a job during the summer, and I plan on saving some of my money for college.
Right now I'm working my hardest to get a scholarship one way or another.
Like, since we're a minority, I feel that we should get as many scholarships and take the advantage, like get as many scholarships as we can.
In America, we have a strong sense of individualism that says that, like, well, I have what I got, so you should go get yours. But, like, nowadays, it's not like that because jobs are so hard to get.
So it sounds like to me that we really should have financial literacy in the schools.
What I understand is that the bank, it's not something to help you, it's actually a business. So like, you're gonna want something out of it because they're a money-making business. So like, they're gonna make sure that you're gonna be paying that loan for a very long time. They want you to keep paying it. It's not your fault, it's their fault. I mean, it's your fault for not taking financial literacy because you don't know what you're doing with your money. But they know that you're a student in college, you're very, very new to life. You're like, oh, let's take advantage of this young boy. Let's take his money, and let's leave him with nothing. They just keep taking until you're buried in that soil.
I graduated from Lansdowne High School, and I was a part of their Academy of Finance program. It doesn't matter what you do, you need to know how to manage your finances. Because once you step out the doors of either high school, college, or wherever you stop, it's going to hit you in the face.
Hello, we are here today. Ed Barrows accepted our invitation and we are very excited about that. And it really feels good to have a supporter that sits on the Board of Education, which is Ed. He's been supporting the Kate Abel Foundation for a very long time, and we really, really appreciate it. And we are very excited about this interview, and talk to you soon.
Today we have with us Mr. Edward Burrows. How are you doing today?
How are you?
So what are your personal takes on financial literacy, and how do you think financial literacy is in effect with our youth today?
Absolutely. So my thoughts on financial literacy are twofold. The first, as a young person, I'm only 19 years old, and one of the first things that I received in the mail when I turned 18 was a credit card. And not every student, especially in our community, know what to do when they receive credit cards in the mail. When they get the credit cards, they go, they spend money that they don't have, they get in debt, they can't afford to pay for college, and it's really a cycle. And the only way to really defeat that cycle of poverty is through education, and education with financial literacy, education just in general, and that's why financial literacy is so important.
So Steny Hoyer, Congressman Steny Hoyer, was one of the people that we got the privilege to actually interview.
It was such an honor to meet him.
That was a nerve-wracking experience, actually.
I remember that whole interview so well because walking in, I fell up the stairs behind the scenes. And walking out, she fell down the stairs behind the scenes. So
I did. I tripped.
How can you forget that moment?
Right. But we gathered a lot of good information from him. Nonetheless, it was a very, very informative interview.
Very. So. It was so honorable because he's such a high-powered man in our area and in the whole world. So I felt like
he had pictures with Obama.
I know.
So, right.
That was like such a break for me, interviewing him.
Right.
Like such a high-powered person.
Right.
Per se.
The financial crisis that we experienced starting in December of 2007 and the recession, the deep recession we've been in, has had a very hurtful effect on literally millions of people. They've lost their homes, they've lost jobs, they're having trouble finding jobs, their family finances have been stressed, some have been forced to go into bankruptcy. One of the major issues confronting our country is growing jobs, getting jobs for people who want to work. Work is not only a way to earn a living, it is a way to have self-respect and a sense of independence. And there's no more important issue confronting our country today than getting people back to work.
Another person we got a chance to interview was Senator Benson. She is a wonderful woman with endless knowledge.
Right.
Youth is her biggest passion. She loves the youth, does anything for the youth. We interviewed her about different topics and her views on education, Wall Street financial literacy. That was also a very, very informative interview.
I took a lot from her because her interview was so educational for me and so inspirational. So I took a lot from her and I walked away from her office feeling so empowered and motivated to continue on with my movement within the documentary and also my movement in life, being successful and being a leader. So I really appreciated her words during that moment. I loved it. Very touching.
My love for education and my love for wanting to become an educator started when I was in 2nd grade. And so I have education as one of my top priorities in being down here. As I assess my my love for young people, so I want our youngsters to be the best that they can be. The youngsters in our society have to really understand the history of Wall Street, the collapse of our economy, what happened with the foreclosures. We as adults have to do a better job of educating our young people as to what truly happened on Wall Street. And we must give our youngsters the skills and we must talk with our youngsters about the things that they should do in the way of preventing this from happening in their generation. Because the problems on Wall Street boil down to one word: greed. People are seeing a need now to extend themselves to help other folks. It is not about the Democrats or Republicans. It's about people coming together to work for the good of future generations.
I don't like me as a politician dictating to educators what they need to teach. I think they need to recognize that it's very important that every student be financially literate. So in that sense, I think it should be part of every student's curriculum.
So throughout the whole process of creating the documentary and the TV shows and things like that, not only have we had the pleasure to meet all these wonderful people, but it's just been a great experience for not only myself, but I'm sure a great, wonderful experience from Zane. We've grown so much. We are young leaders, and we take great pride in being young leaders and hoping that our message gets portrayed that we can all be leaders. You know, the same people that we've met, you all can meet, anybody can meet. You know, we can all be whoever we want to be.
In life, definitely. Because, I was in a position early on in life where I used to follow the crowd, but I realized you know, their direction of life or where they saw themselves in the next 10 to 15 years is not where I saw myself. So I know then I had to break from the pack and just follow my own way. And it was a lonely time, but you know, you grow and you move past it and you be a strong, successful person. And at the end of the day, all you really have is yourself anyways. All you can depend on is yourself. So you was brought in this world alone, and you know, you continue on alone. But but no, you'll make great friends, and you know, you'll always have your family. But yeah, that's how it was.
When opportunity is knocking.
Can we hold on for 1 second? I got a text message.